Nigeria cannot hold DEFCON yet because we do not have the infrastructure to support it.
Hey,
Our visa policy is not ripe enough for DEFCON.
Wow.
So let's not even go there.
Founder of Base, I met him. I went to the hacker house. We're gisting on. So you get to meet these guys.
But then if you're looking at countries that have the community that could, because like DEFCON is built on community. We take Kenya and Rwanda.
Hi, darlings. Fabulous weekend to you. I hope you had a great week as usual. Hope you've been trading to some extent and you have been learning your lesson at the same time. Lessons to be good, hopefully not too bad, right? Because the market has obviously been bullish. I think we have crossed the bear season for now. And, lots of profit has been coming in for a lot of people who has invested. So it's good times, and I hope you're benefiting from it. Today, I have a couple of special guests. Now, in the crypto space, there are usually events that happen probably yearly on some basis from different networks, just like the one we will be talking about today, which is DevCon, the Dev C7, which happened sometime, I think, last month. 2024. It happened in Bangkok, Thailand, Southeast Asia. And there were conversations mainly about Ethereum because the conference is hosted by the Ethereum network and it's like a gathering of developers, crypto creators, other networks that are bound to the super chain and their organizers. It's always something that is, wanting to spark ideas and conversations about the network, about Ethereum, and talking about the future of Ethereum. And of course, in Africa, specifically for Nigeria, is it Nigeria worried that they used to say they used to carry last? For us, we had core innovators who were able to make it and were present and had, the experience of what the event was like. They were able to network and they were able to really understand the future of Ethereum in a whole and how Africa and Nigeria specifically can begin to plug themselves in to ensure that we are key players in the space. So without further ado, with me today, I have two special people. I think we're roughly supposed to have about 5 guests. Don't worry, I brought them plenty for you today, and they will be dishing out a whole lot of content. So without further ado, we have none other than Mr. David Uzochukwu, am I right? Over here on my, right-hand side. And he is the founder of Node Bridge Africa. I hopefully would be looking forward to bring him on a separate show to really discuss, remember from some of our sub-trainings, we've had discussions about mining, crypto, we've talked about blockchain, we've talked about your wallet, we've had our blockchain 101 subclasses, right? And there's something that we call nodes and then what it means to actually mine. He is one key player in that space. Hopefully we'll have a little dicey insight to that. Welcome to the show and thank you for making it, Mr. David. Thank you. Over to my left-hand side here, the man himself, the Odogu. He is none other than Mr. Ayodeji Awosika. I hope I pronounced your name properly. He's the founder of Web3 Bridge, which is one of the core-focused schools in Nigeria that trains people how to, transition into Web3 and how to, build a career in the space. Don't see. I keep telling you guys, when you go for events, when you see these people, they are not like me that dress fancy and whatnot. They will dress down to a T, but you will not know that they are the core key players in this space, specifically in Nigeria. So thank you, Mr. Ayo, for making it down against all odds to the show. We really appreciate it.
Thank you very much for the invite.
Yeah, awesome. So straight on, we're going to be jumping into a couple of questions. Ranging from your experience at DEFCON. But before we do that, I would like to hear from you. Do us the honor of quickly introducing yourself so that people can get like a clearer understanding of what exactly you do in the space.
All right, thank you very much. My name is Awosika Ayodeji. I am the founder of Web3 Bridge. Our Web3 Bridge was founded over 5 years ago now with the core intention of training blockchain and Web3 developers in Nigeria and across Africa. And we've done quite well by ourselves. We've crossed over 6 African countries already, trained well over 1,000 developers already, graduated about 263 of them. I think it's a good way to brag that David is one of us. So it's a good way to say it. And our approach is simple. Get the developers in, whether they are from. We started from purely Web3 before, but now we are Web2 program. So for those who want to become developers and don't know how to, you come to us. We train them from zero knowledge. Oh, zero knowledge is actually something in the space. But then we train them from zero knowledge of not having knowledge of development at all into becoming Web3 developers. And we trust that when they get into the ecosystem, they contribute more. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much for that awesome introduction. See, he's a man with many hats. We're very talented people in this space, so genuinely, because for Web3, it's like maybe somebody that studied, like me, I studied industrial chemistry, science, right? And obviously, when you have the opportunity with your knowledge to do something that is more, slightly technical, you would excel in it a whole lot, right? So over to you, Mr. David. Let's hear from you. What is your background story, and basically what exactly do you do in the space?
Hi everyone, I'm David Uzochukwu. I'm a smart contract auditor, a Web3 educator. I'm the founder of Guild Audit and NodeBridge Africa. So for Guild Audit, it's a smart contract security bootcamp where we train smart contract auditors. We've been doing Guild Audit for like 2 years right now. We've trained over 200 smart contract auditors. Also, most of these auditors, like 50% or 45% of them, have gotten internship, also have helped to secure a lot of smart contract projects. And also for NodeBridge, so for NodeBridge is, it's a way where we try to see how we have Ethereum, right, the network itself to be truly decentralized from a geographical perspective. So, which means we need to run nodes, run an Ethereum node in a network. So for NodeBridge, we get to train enthusiasts who are interested in running these nodes, educate them, help them, hold their hands, guide them in the integrity of running this node itself, and connect them to the global ecosystem for other education and support, right, in running this node. Thank you.
Awesome. See, so it's what I tell you, that as long as you have like an interest to some level, these are people that are present with their communities and, their training sections to actually teach you how to break into the space and basically, succeed and to some extent become financially free. Okay, so let's now talk about your experience at DEFCON in Southeast Asia, Thailand. So you traveled all the way from Nigeria. How many hours was that flight exactly?
It depends on which airline you use. So because for me, I traveled through Turkish airline, and it was from Lagos to Istanbul was 8 hours, I think. Then we had an 8-hour layover in Istanbul. Then it was 9 hours to Istanbul. So 8, 9, 8, 8, 8, 9. That's 16 plus 19. That's about 25 or so.
Yeah.
But then coming back was 20 hours. Like, we need to invent something to make people teleport, because that's a long trip. No, that's a very long trip.
But I would take that the experience was worth it. So, question to you, Mr. David. For your experience at the event, was there anything specifically, hey, Jesus, this thing wants to spoil my steez? This is like probably, thank God it's not wig. Just imagine if it was wig and it was falling off. Okay, take 2. So, let's hear from you, yeah? Was there like any particular idea that was like talked about or something that was innovative? Probably not a teleportation system, but something that was innovative that like caught your eye at the event?
Yeah, awesome. Awesome question. So I think there was one of there was a lot of them though. There's just a lot of different ideas, and that's one interesting thing about the DevCon event. You get to see a lot of different players in the space coming to talk about their ideas they are building, the new stuff they are doing, right? So I will just talk about one and probably maybe another. But one that was really, really key for me was the um, the switching from, let's say, it's part of the Ethereum roadmap where they try to see how they make Ethereum much better, right? So there's what they call the beam chain. So it's like a new thing in the Ethereum ecosystem, and what that really means is there's possibility. It's a discussion at the moment, right? It's still like proposal at the moment, but I'm so much happy about it because what that really means is, imagine at the moment, if you want to become a node operator, you want to become one of the stakers in this space, you need 32 ETH. That's quite a lot of money.
That's a lot of
right?
money.
Because an ETH right now is like almost
$4,000.
So you could just see that. So right now, but one of the discussion in the space right now is where that's will be cut down to 1 ETH, right, or something lower than 32 ETH. So and then different also innovation from that perspective that breaks the barrier for maybe underrepresented locations to also coming into it, or individuals also to be able to come into it, running these nodes, because for you to really make this Ethereum ecosystem stronger, better, you need more participants in the network to run these nodes. So for me, that's like one innovation that really caught me. And then the other interesting one that was like a side project for the person was the imagine having your wallet as like in a card.
Okay.
I wish I brought it here. So it was really, really interesting to see that I have my wallet.
Just like your ATM cards.
Exactly. But literally it's a MetaMask wallet. Like, it's just a wallet. So it's quite, so I could just tap and I'm signing a transaction. So it's just quite interesting. So yeah, but these are like a few of the also innovations.
Awesome. Thank you very much for that insight. Okay, so over to you, Mr. Ayo. Two questions I'm going to merge together. Remember on Twitter, you said you can answer question under many seconds. Don't mind me. Okay.
Stop tweeting.
I know, right? Okay, so two questions. One is about the scaling challenges of Ethereum. So probably you attended maybe one of the scalability sessions, from your end, how do you think Ethereum can overcome this challenge, especially when it comes to Africa? Right? And then from your personal, answer that first, then I'll shoot with the second question.
Okay, I think Ethereum is already working to like scale. Moving from proof of work to proof of stake is one of the like roadmap. The conversation David just brought about the beam chain is also like something. I think also Ethereum is trying to like prioritize layer twos. Like the layer twos are already like becoming. So Ethereum is taking a multi-dimensional approach. Understand? So this is where we are going to, but then we can solve it from different angles. Now, the layer twos are coming from Rollup, ZK, RIX0. Like, there's a lot of conversation around this point. Basically, yeah, for Africa, I think one of the challenges we have so far is around amount of gas fees.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes when you look at the annual gas fee expenditure, this gas fee can actually pay house rent in Lekki.
Yeah, it's true, fair.
But then I think lately with the introduction of quite a number of these layer twos, these are like becoming easier because all layer twos are settling on Ethereum. Although there's been the conversation around how they settle, how they get to pay so that its value can go up. So I believe that these conversations are going to continue to run. Ethereum is one community that embraces conversations, embraces research. So the more they converse about it, the more Ethereum don't fight in-house. They fight publicly because and it's actually a good way to like get things wrong because like all of us are not in the same room.
Yeah.
Ethereum does not belong to
One
Vitalik,
person.
for example.
Yeah.
So everybody come with their trouble, with their fight and on. Like everyone, oh yeah, we can solve it this way. We can solve it this way, and we keep like scaling from there. So I think we are on the right path.
Okay, fair. Okay, so on your end now, I would want to ask a more like, would I say personal question per se, right? If for any reason, I think there are conversations about DevCon being held in Africa. Wait now, why are you shaking your head? I've not even landed, Seth. The question never even landed.
Okay, please ask.
There are conversations about DevCon being held in Africa, right? So, if for any reason it would be held in Africa, what country do you think has the capacity, from your experience of the standard, the event, that was held, took? That's one. From that point of view, what country do you think will be able to handle that? And then what city in particular in that
So
country?
I like to break this down into different dimensions. So the countries that have the capacity to run it at this point are South Africa and Morocco.
Nigeria, my
No.
chest.
No. So let's start from here. Nigeria cannot hold DEFCON yet because we do not have the infrastructure to support it.
Wait.
Our visa policy is not ripe enough for DEFCON.
Wow.
So let's not even go there. But then if you're looking at countries that have the community that could, because like DEFCON is built on community, we'll take Kenya and Rwanda.
No.
But I think if I am to be personal about it, I'll take Rwanda and Kenya like winning because that's where we have more active communities. Also, the ease of visa, so a number of these countries also in Africa is hard for Africans to get visa. So one of the criteria for hosting DEFCON is visa accessibility. So that's I think Rwanda and Kenya. But then I have a lot of biases I can't talk about now.
So
I don't want people to beat me on that.
Nigeria is not even in the picture, Seth.
So honestly, by human capacity, Nigeria is the best place to host it. Because when you talk about the ecosystem itself, we have the highest number of communities around Ethereum, around the tech. But the truth is that our infrastructure, so for example, if they host DEFCON in Lagos
will shut down.
everybody's going to miss their session.
Because of the traffic.
So there was actually traffic in Thailand.
Yeah, there
In
is.
fact, all of us used
A bike.
bike in Thailand. Because whatever makes you to take the Uber or the car in Thailand, you are taking almost 45 minutes or 1 hour to get to where you're going to. So, like Fashola said when he was governor of Lagos, he said, the sign of active city is traffic. You can't rule that out. But the point is that where our major halls are, for example, say we want to go and use National Theatre, the new one, the one they just finished constructing. Where it is not central enough. It's too central enough for people. So where will people stay? So most people stay on the island. Now, imagine bringing almost 7,000 people driving at the same time to the same place.
Yeah,
we
Lagos
don't
will shut
we don't have a bike system in Lagos. Now, if you take it to Abuja is fine, fair, good, but I'm not sure there is
The communities.
No, the community is actually good. So we have a lot of communities now, even in Abuja, even in the north. Like the north now has a lot of community, but I'm not sure we have like the center for it. So like a lot of for now, if we are being fair to ourselves, I think we should not host Nigeria. Honestly, I think we cannot even host Nigeria because do you know how much it costs to come to Nigeria? Nigeria has one of the most expensive visas in the world.
Yo. At least for one thing, we are worth something. Okay, nice. Thank you very much. So over to you. Personal question. We are Nigerians, right? Very important food for us. So how did you survive? What exactly, was there any favorite dish or something that you really, really enjoyed at South?
Okay, at Thailand.
Yeah, at Thailand.
So the truth was there was none, but it was an experience because I was able to try an international dishes. So I think it was just for the first probably for the stews, then maybe for the new breaking grounds that you're trying new things. But I could tell you Africans. I think we're blessed. Sorry, we're
Say
real
it.
blessed. But yeah, but you just get some. No, you're blessed. You can't say more.
Fair. All right. I think that's a wrap for this our session. We are way in 30 minutes plus, I'm sure, so we can have our other two special guests join us and share their insights. So this has been Mr. David and Mr. Ayo from Node Bridge and Web3 Africa. Don't worry.
Three Bridge Africa.
Web3. Oh, Jesus Christ, my chest. Thank you. Don't worry. Next time, I promise I will bring them specifically, separately on the show for you guys so we can have enough time to dive into the basics. He can give you guys core information, what exactly a node is on one of our Blockchain 101 classes, and also for Mr. Ayo, to those who are viewing are interested in breaking into the space, how you can sign up for his school and be part of one of their cohorts that would be taking place sometime next year. So give it up, Mr. Ayo and Mr. David. Thank you so much for being on the show. I do appreciate it. We'll go on a quick break. We'll be right back and take some recaps with the rest of the speakers.
Thank you
See
very
you
much
in a
for
bit.
having us.
Hi, darlings. Welcome back from that break-ish. I'm sure you're glad to see me. Toodles. Okay, so now we're going to look at a quick recap of the DevCon Southeast Asia event. Just a quick short, so you have a feel of what it was like and what they experienced, and then we will come back to have our remaining guest speakers talk about their experience and generally Ethereum's focus in Africa.
Now, more than ever, building on Ethereum is not only for idealistic reasons.
I've always been a big believer that Ethereum is the community alongside its tech, and being at DEF CON allows me to actually visualize the people who make Ethereum what it is.
DevCon shows the strength of the Ethereum ecosystem and really highlights the concept of the infinite garden.
Welcome to DevCon Southeast Asia.
Ethereum is everybody. Ethereum is the digital ownership and asset layer for people. The transaction layer, it's everything. It's everything and it's for everyone.
The community that goes far deeper beyond just professional connections to really feeling like we are building something important and sustainable and lasting together.
That's what is a global community for me. Gathering people based on ideas and how they want to do it and what they want to do.
Ethereum is a cultural movement.
The vibe is amazing. So that's the reason why I came here. It's mind-blowing.
Welcome back. So I believe you have just relived the experience of DevCon. I think this is like their 7th edition, if I'm not mistaken. I believe it happens yearly or every 2 years, thereabout. right? So opportunity to relive it. Sometime if you have the chance to break into the space and learn, you may just have the opportunity to as well travel out and experience it. All right, so now with me, I have Mr. Chukwu Emeka Enoch. He is the Ethereum Nigeria convener over here. You hear that word? Ethereum Nigeria. So he's the Oga of them all, the overall. And then over here on my right-hand side, I have Mr. Casey Pele. He's a DevRel and a volunteer for Base Africa. I think I've mentioned a couple of things about Base. It's also like a layer 2, I believe, network under the Ethereum system, forming their super chain per se. So over to you, Mr. Enoch. Let's have a quick introduction of yourself so our viewers can have a full understanding of who you are and what exactly you do.
All right, thank you so much. I'm happy to be here. Hi guys, GM. My name is Chukwuemeka Enoch, and as said, I'm a Web3 advocate, also a blockchain developer. So I currently lead the Ethereum Nigeria community, and it is a non-profit community. We inspired, like minds to come into the space. We kind of technically onboard into the space, and so far we've been able to activate communities in Abuja, Ilorin, across multiple states in Nigeria as well. And it's been fun. And I lead Swan Technologies, and a company that helps Web3 ecosystem in Nigeria and in Africa as well. Thank you.
Awesome, thank you. You hear in the beginning that GM. Don't worry, it's our thing. If you're in Twitter or you attend Twitter Spaces, you know it's one of our. It just simply means good morning, good evening, or there's another thing they said, something money. I can't remember those, but all of the above. All right, over to you, Mr. Casey. A brief introduction of yourself so the viewers they can know who you are and exactly what you do.
Yeah. So for Base we say BM.
We know, please.
So yeah, I'm Casey, but my full name Kelechi. Yeah. So but usually I use Casey Pele.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm a software developer. Recently I switched to being a DevRel. Yeah. So I've been moving and speaking in events, having workshop, and yeah. And like you said, I've been volunteering. So I do it for fun and yeah. Just trying to contribute and help others find their path
in the
space.
ecosystem. Speaking of others find paths, when we went for I think was it Accra hackathon? This guy, he's a great dev. He was really a great support to my team. Assisting us, our sleepless nights. Oh, hackathons are always a lot. If you're in the space, you would know. Speaking of hackathons, the Nigeria Bitcoin conference ended, and I told you we had a hackathon for it. Hopefully for next week, we'll be able to do a recap so you guys can, experience it from your screens if you missed it. Okay, over to you, Mr. Enoch, quickly. I think we have limited time. Let me get your perspective. So basically for Ethereum in Africa, seeing you are a convener for Ethereum Nigeria, what role do you see Ethereum playing when it comes to driving financial inclusion in Africa, and when it comes to making real impacts and changes, specifically in Nigeria?
Yeah, thank you so much. A whole lot of roles Ethereum a whole lot of opportunities Ethereum is driving to Africa, and starting in Nigeria. One, basically empowerment has been one of the big focus, because this is when a community is empowered, it is being empowered to come up with initiatives across that region. So Ethereum Foundation has been able to discover multiple talent. Over time, we've been organizing meetups and workshops, hackathons. So through this, we've been able to discover some great guys in the ecosystems, and then through that, they organize hackathons, and from there, amazing solutions comes up. And then before you know it, all these solutions have been scaling up in the ecosystems, and through that community is kind of liberated. Now we have so many people who are not enjoying the financial system, so many unbanked people. So now you're looking at the current era we are, the Web3, is encouraging a peer-to-peer transactions, and Ethereum has been driving that that focus. It has been driving that empowering a whole lot. I know how I came into the space, and over time we've known how many people we've been able to like bring into space, point them into internship, jobs, opportunities, and through that amazing solutions. This recent DEF CON, we know how many solutions that have gotten some grants, and then we look at it in the next 2-3 years, and when we begin to see direct impact in the society. So Ethereum has been doing a lot, and then we need more of ourselves because it's still young. So the more is an actual opportunity for us to create our niche and create our presence and begin to like build solutions that really matters, real world solutions that matter. So Ethereum has been all the support technically, financially, community wise, we're there because it's a beautiful ecosystem that there's no third party. So you just come into space, we just point you, and then you become a boss, and then we encourage you to survive. So no any restriction. So
See?
There's been a lot. So can't wait to have you in our next year plan.
See, you heard it. You become a boss just like him. But trust me, in as much as that, it takes a whole lot of hard work and dedication. I don't want you to be watching this and think, oh, it's just going to happen like this. People here that have established themselves and gone on to build communities and organizations to now help others establish themselves. Trust me, it took them a while before they got there. So you have to ensure that you are in for the real game. All right, over to you, Mr. Casey. I think he spoke about something about grants, and you are a developer. You participate in a whole lot of hackathons. This guy over here. Oh my God, let me just reserve what I want to say. When I bring them on the show again separately, we will have those follow-up conversations. But let me hear from you. He spoke about grants. DEF CON is known for the networking opportunities. So was there anybody you met that, was able to strike a inkling in your mind, like when it comes to like networking, what was your perspective of the event? Was it just hearsay of, top people being there, but then you not having the opportunity to actually meet them, have conversations, and share your ideas with them? Was there any form of segregation at the event?
There was none.
Okay.
Because for me, like meeting these guys, you would think they have this kind of like, should I say, scary personality that don't approach. But when you get there, you won't know that you're actually talking to the founder of maybe Obol, or the founder of, like, I was, for the Africa meetup we did, I never knew that Vitalik was, I think one person was in between us. I never knew. So it was when he was speaking, I was like, woo. So this so you get access to these guys. Founder of Base, I met him. I went to the hacker house. We're gisting, and so you get to meet these guys. Like, they are not scary. They don't chase you away. In short, sometimes they would meet you and then try to see, okay, what are you doing? What are you building? And yeah, so I met a lot. For the nodes I'm running, I went to the whole boot camp. I was meeting them. I was like, I'm running your client. This is what I'm doing. Like, wow. So I met them, and we had good conversation.
So another thing also that I would like to hint on is that in this space, in as much as, yes, it's quite open, you have to ensure that you place yourself. If you hear from his experience, he was as well meeting these people and sharing whatever he was building. That's how you make your pick. Because I believe the funds you spend for flights and everything must have been a whole lot. The stress, housing, where you were going to sleep and stay, that must have been a lot. And when you get opportunities like that, you have to ensure that you make the most out of it. Okay, one other follow-up question. This is a little bit like a comparison. So when it comes to like your cultural experience, right, when you stayed there, what did you see difference that probably happens here in the ecosystem that is probably maybe different from how it occurs over there?
There's a lot of things that is different.
Okay.
Yeah. So, the way they build things is that someone can just come up with a simple solution and he would get a lot of funding for it. Someone can build a simple app and raise $1 million for it. Someone can just build some initially before his ideas they propose, and then they would raise 500K USD. Just, there's no soft copy, no hard, just ideas. So access to VCs is very easy there. Very easy. Because it's like whatever you're building, just say it. If you can pitch it well, you would raise But here in Africa, you would have your application is all in one. Is doing this, is doing that, is doing. You can't raise 10k USD at all. You keep going to hackathon and then submitting it just to win and keep building, because there are so many companies here that have actually closed because funding and But when you go there, you just see a simple app. Somebody raised pre-sale, not even.
Fair. I could reckon with that. So one thing I think you guys can take from this is, for our Nigerian developers, specifically to Africa, let's just say Africa, right? If you're building, don't try and build the whole world. Just build something simple that solves real problem, and then, look for someone to support you, and maybe start to support from your family members to contribute money for you before you go out to look for a VC. All right, over to you, Mr. Enoch. Let's get your perspective. What's more on a personal view, right? How what lesson did you learn from the whole event that you think maybe viewers and people that are looking to break into the space, right, could key into? And maybe for those that were not able to attend physically, do you think that there's a way for them to be part of the event in the future, even if they're not physically present?
Right, thank you. So many lessons. But let me just start here. I was privileged to be a DEF CON scholar and alumni in 2019. That's in Japan. So, and then I was, this time around in Bangkok, I volunteered, and I was among those, at the back end, making things happen, making things work out, make sure that the event was successful. So these two experiences, 2019 and this year, has exposed me to learning. So I just learned from these guys, and, coming back here, have to put it into actions. So DEF CON is a platform of learning. Based on your question now, for those who will be looking at coming joining next year, this next year we're having DEF Connect. So DEF CON will be happening in 2016, while DEF Connect is happening in 2025. So how do you get on the spot? We have scholarship programs, covers your return tickets, accommodations, and money to spend around there. So one of those things the organizers looked at, the team behind it, the scholarship team they looked at impact. So for you that will be aspiring, so I'll just encourage you to join any of the communities around in Lagos, wherever you are. And if you don't have a community, please reach out so we could start up a community where you are. So that alone, technically, it helps you to start creating impact. So we want to see proof of work, so this, what are you doing in the society? Even, so this helps you to get in. One of those lessons I learned there is in terms of planning. I do a lot of events, and this year DEF CON was something else, but it took a whole lot of effort, collaborations, and then there was a whole lot of resources that were deployed. So I kind of want to see how we could replicate such kind of event here in Nigeria, and in Africa as well. So it's timing. We just have to start planning right now and looking at the right guys to networks and collaborate. And these events also help, as really help us to meet all these founders. So next year you'll be seeing a lot of activations here in Nigeria as well. So.
Awesome. All right. So I believe our time is rounding off, but quickly, personal question. Mm-hmm. I know you, to some extent, yes, everybody likes good food, right? So what was your favorite? This one that you people are laughing is people did not eat throughout the many weeks you guys were there.
I ate. I would have not been, but I would have been in India now.
That's true, because everybody was back from the event. Casey was still in Thailand. What were you doing there? You were eating all their food. So what was your favorite dish, would you say, for our viewers, in case anybody's looking to travel and they can try it out?
I've tried Asian, German, French. We're just eating different. For me, it's the Chinese food
Okay, so you like their Chinese food?
Yeah, funny enough, when I came back, I wanted to eat African food, but when I came back, was 2 days ago, I honestly want to eat their food.
Oh, so that means it was good to some level.
No, when I went there at first, the taste was my tongue. I was always rejecting, so I was just mainly eating fruits. Because here in Nigeria, I eat fruits,
Okay.
more of a vegetarian.
Fair.
But when I went there, I said, "There's no point coming here and eating fruits.
Yeah,
I won't
not
take."
trying.
So I started. I think after 1 week, the following week, I was eating. I don't eat chicken, but when I went there, I had to taste it. So I was trying different things. Yeah.
Awesome experience. Thank you guys so much for being on here. Sorry, apologies, time are short, so we'll have to wrap it up for today. Hopefully, we'll be able to bring you guys in next week. And our sub-contents that are lingering as to Niger Bitcoin Conference, we'll be having the recap for next week. So ensure you tune in not to miss it. And as well, some happenings with meme coins as to Hawk. We will be having that full insight next week. So I think that's a wrap up. Thank you very much, Mr. Enoch and Casey, for being here. We really appreciate it. Hopefully we can bring you in sometime to have a one-on-one. My viewers, thank you for tuning in. It has been a great session. I would see you guys next week, same time, same channel on Popcentral 189. Bye-bye. Have a wonderful weekend.